Hello, good morning students. I am Kanti sir for mathematics in standard 10 English medium. As you know, in last lecture we just started lesson number 4 quadratic equation. Okay, and we go through the basic of quadratic equation. What is the meaning of quadratic equation and what is the condition for being quadratic equation. Okay, in first question you solve few sums in a homework. I here also solve few sums, okay, as a specimen, and in all those sums we first of all simplify whatever given. Okay, whether whole square, whole cube, two brackets are given, so we just remove all brackets, means we expanded. After expanding whatever given, we just shifted all terms towards any one side, mostly at left side, so that whatever equation we got is in standard form. After getting standard form, you can decide whether it is quadratic or not. How? If degree of equation or degree of polynomial at left side is 2, then it is quadratic, otherwise it is not quadratic. Not quadratic may be of linear or maybe cubic, but not quadratic. Okay, so nothing is new there, just to expand or to simplify was new. Okay, now look at question number 2. In lesson number 3 also we started by forming the equations. There two equations were there in third lesson. Linear pair of equation. Pair means two equations. Now no pair, because in quadratic equation only one variable will be there, and here you have to suppose any one thing, not two separate things. Understand? If two matters are there, even then you have to suppose any one only. Now you may confuse or you may thinking that how to decide in exam that word problem is the case of lesson number 3 or lesson number 4. So mostly it is not matter. If you suppose any two variable, then also by substitution you will have quadratic equation automatically, if it is case of quadratic equation. You understand? So that is not matter, but mostly product is there, means somewhere multiplication is there in between two variables. Suppose it is the case related area of rectangle or anything in which directly or indirectly multiplication is given in the statement, at that time automatically quadratic equation is going to form. So priorly you just suppose one variable only, not two variables. Understand? Otherwise same types of question will come here also. But in here product word is there, area word is there. In that type of case you understand that this is the case or this is the question from lesson number 4, not lesson number 3. So suppose any one variable, then how to suppose another variable? Using any one statement. Okay, so afterward you will have only x, no y. If you have suppose y, there no x, any one will be there. Understand? Now we just practice it one by one. Look at question number 2's first one. Statement: the area of rectangular plot is 520. To understand area, what is there? And in area, formula of area of rectangle, length into breadth is here. So indirectly product or multiplication is here. That's why it is the case of quadratic equation. Okay. So they have given area. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. Length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. So means length and breadth in between relation is also given, area is also given. Now how to suppose? You have to suppose either length or breadth, not both. So you cannot suppose here like that, length is x, breadth is y. No. If you suppose that way, then also after few steps you will have quadratic equation. So no problem. In exam, if you start by supposing two separate variable, no problem. it will automatically come in front of you quadratic equation only by substitution method. Okay, elimination method will not be possible there because linear equation will not be there. Okay, so now I already given you hint. Product or area what is mostly given there means directly or indirectly multiplication of product is given there at that time. We have to suppose only one variable. Now, whenever statement is there, from area we cannot suppose anything. Now look at second statement. Length is one more than twice its breadth. So obviously if we suppose breadth, then we automatically go to length. Okay, so if there is a statement relating to different parameter, then you have to suppose the parameter which is given at last, at second position, not starting position. Okay, so whatever parameter given at last, that you have to suppose. That is not rule. But for going smoothly or convenient equation making, you have to suppose later one. Okay, so here breadth is given at last, so suppose breadth. Okay, so that orally only we can suppose length. Okay, so now seconds first 4.1. So suppose breadth is x and there is a area given in meter square, so write down here meter. Okay, now they have given one statement. Use that statement. Length of the plot is one more than twice its breadth. So write down length is, in short only, one more than twice its breadth. Length is one more than twice its breadth. Okay, so obviously, therefore length is whatever may be, one more than twice its breadth. Length is how much? Twice breadth, so 2x plus 1 meter. Just understood. That's why we suppose breadth, so that we can easily say length is what? 2x plus 1. Why? One more than what? Twice the breadth, so 2 times x. Understand? Now we are having length and breadth both. So one statement is used not for making equation, for making expression of second parameter. Parameter means here length and breadth. So in earlier practice, in lesson number 3, we use any one statement to use for getting one equation. Second statement for getting second equation. So two statement, two equations. But here, one statement is used to suppose one statement is used to get expression for second parameter. Okay. Now, second statement will give us quadratic equation. Now area is given. Okay. So write down area of a rectangular ground. Otherwise, area of a rectangle is how much? 528 meters square. Okay. So you know, and you have to write that statement compulsorily. Why? Because which data you are going to use right now. Okay. Now I just going to use area related data. So length into breadth. So x into 2x plus 1 equal to 528. Okay, because area of rectangle, you know, length into breadth. If you want, you can say here area of rectangle equal to length into breadth. Okay. So it is 2x square plus x is equal to 528. Okay, just open bracket. Now 2x square plus x minus 528 equal to 0. That equation should be in standard form. Standard form means everything should be at left side and at opposite side 0 should be there. So that is our equation. Only one equation in quadratic. Okay, and they have told you represent following in the form of quadratic equation only, not to solve, not to find x and what is the length and breadth. Okay, so answer is not expected that way. Okay, only equation is equal. If you want, you can solve this. How to solve by splitting method? We already solved many sums in lesson number 2 by factorization method. Factorization of quadratic trinomial splitting method. Okay, 2 into 528, get two factors of that number so that its difference is 1. Then take common from first to last two. Okay, you understand, you just remember that method. Okay, so if you want, you can solve. Okay, but otherwise that is our answer. Now look at number 2. Okay, in between if you want to write, then you can pause your video and you can write it. Otherwise you can take screenshot so that later on you can write. Okay, now we are at number 2. Product of two consecutive positive integers. Consecutive means 1 after another, 5 after 6, 8 after 9, 9 after 10, 99 after 100. Okay, so means consecutive means together. Okay, positive integers means integer positive. We only deal with positive integer or positive number, not negative, because they are real problems. Word problem is something real things. Okay, so you can directly here suppose both numbers together. Why? Because gap between both number is 1 only. Okay, so together only write down both numbers. So suppose numbers are or integers are x and x plus 1. Why? Suppose 5 then 6, 6 then 7, 8 then 9, 15 then 16, 19 then 20. Okay, that way only. Okay. Suppose consecutive integer, they tell us consecutive odd number or consecutive even number. Suppose I am talking about not that this sum, something else. Suppose two consecutive odd integers or two consecutive even integers are given. At that time, gap should be of 2. Why? 5 then 7, 7 then 9, so 2 goes here. If even, then also gap of 2. Suppose 10 then 12, 12 then 14. You understand? But here, no odd, no even, only consecutive positive integers, so x and x plus 1. Okay, so how to suppose you understand? Only positive integers, x plus 1. Odd integer, x plus 2. Even integer, there also x plus 2. Okay? Okay, now what is given? The product is 306. You understand why again product is there? In first one also area was given, so indirectly product was there. Here also product. Okay, so write down this statement: product of both numbers. Product of, now no need to specify again that both numbers are consecutive positive integer. We know that both numbers is 306. So nothing to do, just multiply x plus 1. Okay, 306. So x square plus x equal to 306. So x square plus x minus 306 equal to 0. That is our answer. Okay, they are asking equation only. Why? Following in the form of quadratic equation. So that is quadratic equation. Now look at number 3. Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. The product of their age is 3 years from now will be 360. We would like to find Rohan's present age, but not to find Rohan's present age. Okay, just they want. We are not asked to find Rohan's present age. And in age related sum, I told you earlier also, we always suppose present age, not past, not future age. Okay. Now, Rohan's mother is 26 years older than him. So obviously, Rohan's age is asked, so we obviously suppose Rohan's age. Otherwise, you can suppose any one person's age, no problem. Okay, but here Rohan's age we have to suppose because that is asked. Whatever asked, that to be supposed. Okay, so now number 3. Suppose Rohan's present is always present is, and don't write only Rohan equal to x. It is not clear what Rohan equal to x. Nothing clear there. Okay. So Rohan's present age is x year. Unit should also be there. Years. Suppose Rohan's present age is x years. Okay, so obviously his mother's age 26. More means x plus 26. Okay, Rohan's mother is 26 years older than Rohan. Okay, so it is very clear. Therefore, his mother's age, otherwise Rohan's mother's age, present age, is x plus 26 years. Very clearly it is given. Okay, so now supposition done from one statement. Now use second statement for final equation. What is that? The product of their age is 3 years from now. Product of both ones, but not now. After 3 years. So obviously we cannot make product of both these numbers, and that product is not 360. Product of age after 3 years. So at that time, Rohan will be of x plus 3 years, and Rohan's mother will be x plus 29 years. If you want, you can write 2 extra steps also. Rohan's age after 3 years equal to x plus 3, and Rohan's mother's age after 3 years is equal to x plus 26 plus 3 is equal to x plus, but no need to write it. Okay, if you want, you can. So now write the statement only, product of both after 3 years. Okay, from now means after, both after 3 years. Product of ages of both. Ages of them after 3 years will be 360. So obviously product of both ones is 360, but Rohan at time will be of x plus 3 years, and his mother will be of x plus 29 years, and that product is given 360. Okay, don't write here only x or here x plus 26 because they are not talking of age right now, but 3 years later, 3 years after. Okay, so add 3 years in both ones. But suppose only present is only present is, never of past, never of future. Okay, now nothing to do, just multiply. How to multiply to question? You know, first of all, x with both these. So x square plus 29x, then turn of 3. So 3x plus 87, okay, is equal to 360. Substitute here, so x square plus 32x plus 87 minus 360. Okay, everything should be at left side. So x square plus 32x, now minus. Okay, opposite sign subtraction, bigger sign. Now 10 minus 7, 3. 35 minus 8, 27. So that is the required equation. Okay. There is nothing, just simply equation. You have to understand only up to this step. Up to this step only standard 10 is there, otherwise no standard 10 in simplifying the equation. Okay. Just understand, we already solved and we have already done many practice of forming the equation of these types of problems. But at that time we were supposing 2 separate variable for two separate things, x here, y here. But now, not two variables. Whenever product word is there, directly or indirectly. Okay. So initially only we suppose one variable. Now you can solve it also, but not asked. Now look at next. Train travel a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, then it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. We need to find the speed of train. This is quite different. Quite different. And it is coming in next exercise also. And it is the main text. Speed, distance, time related sum. Now, what is the meaning of the question? First of all, try to understand question well. Train travel a distance of 480 km at a uniform speed. Means distance is given. Uniform speed means not increasing, not decreasing, constant speed is there. Now, what is the second equation? If the speed had been 8 km per hour less, suppose instead of our usual speed, it might be less, then obviously time taken will be more. So whatever it would have taken 3 hours more to cover the same distance. For traveling same distance, it would have taken 3 hours more. So difference of time is given. Very obvious it is. Suppose you are daily coming from your home to school. Same distance you are traveling. But on first day, generally you are coming at normal speed, and on second day you are slow. So obviously you will take more time. How much time difference? 3. So understand? But here in this type of case we have to always suppose speed only, not time. Okay? So first of all we suppose speed. And usual speed only, not increase or decrease, whatever asked, because usual, find the speed of the train. Speed one is usual speed. So suppose usual speed of train is x km per hour, because mostly vehicle speed is measured in kilometer. Otherwise standard unit is meter per second. But vehicle speed is mostly measured in kilometer per hour. Okay, so that is its usual speed. Now, in second step, it is clearly given that on second day or after or later on, speed decrease. Speed decrease. How much? 8 km per hour. So obviously, new speed will be what? X minus 8. We tell it new speed. New speed means either increased or decreased, whatever measure. Okay, so new speed. Therefore, new speed is, here will be x minus 8y. It is given that it is decreased by 8. Okay, so two speeds we are already have, but relation or data is given regarding time, not speed. So we have to here get to times expression also. You know, time equal to distance upon speed. We already used this formula in lesson number 3 also. Okay. So now 2 time at usual speed, at new speed. Okay. So time taken to travel how much? 480 km at usual speed. Usual speed means our normal speed. Let it T1. Let it say T1. So obviously, what is that? We have not supposed time, but we have supposed speed, and distance is given. We know time equal to distance upon speed. Time equal to distance upon speed. So when I write here 480 upon x, that is R. Okay, and write down here bracket time equal to distance upon speed. Okay, So obviously new time taken to travel 480 km at new speed. New speed means decreased speed. Let it